Good evening everyone. Hi, today in this video we are going to talk about the problems of our Indian agriculture. Let me repeat. In today's video we are going to talk about the problems which are associated with Indian agriculture. Well, there are few points that you need to understand what actually are the problems which our agriculture sector is suffering from. Well, you know that the first biggest problem that our agriculture is suffering is that most of the farmers or most of the farmers are having a conventional outlook. I mean to say, most of the farmers who are working in the agriculture sector are producing the goods just to meet the family needs and not to look for the overall market. Now, when you look only to meet your family needs, naturally your production will be less. And when your production will be less, your income will be less. And when your income will be less, you continue to remain poor. So that is why when a conventional output means that the farmers most of the farmers produce goods only to meet their own needs and rather does not look for making agriculture a business. Also, they are not able to grow various types of crops. They have lack of machines. They do not produce various types of crops, and that is why they do not undertake to have any risk. That is why this is a part of conventional outlook, where on one side I am saying that farmers are producing just to meet their own demands, and also they are unwilling to take risk to produce different types of crops because they do not have the machines associated with they do not have machines with them. Secondly, the second point of the problems of agriculture is that there is finance deficiency in our Indian agriculture. There is finance deficiency, or should I say, deficiency of finance in our agriculture. Now, deficiency of finance means that we all know that most of the poor farmers still in our country are taking loans for producing agricultural goods. Now, when they take loans, they are not able to reach to the banks. They take loan from the money lender or the zamindars who are residing in the villages. Now these money lenders and zamindars who charge a very high rate of interest, make the living hell of the farmers. The farmers are not able to reach the institutional finance, that is, they are not able to reach the banks. Now when they are not able to reach banks, their growth remains limited. When their growth remains limited, the economy's growth also remain limited. Also, you will be knowing that when farmer take loans from money lender or zamindars, they need to pay a very high amount, which includes the principal amount, which includes the interest. They need to pay a very high amount. So what happens is they pay a very high amount, so the money which is left with them is very less, and that is why their level of poverty also keeps increasing. So that is why there is a finance deficiency, because most of the farmers are not able to reach to the banks because of the presence of these money lenders and zamindars. Third big problem of our agriculture is that there is a lack of organized marketing system. Third big reason of the problems in our agriculture is there is a lack of organized marketing system, which means that lack of organized marketing system means that when the farmer produces the good, he cannot reach to the government to sell his good. Today the farmer, or some years back, the farmer, when he produced the good, he had to sell it at the local markets, or he had to sell it to the zamindars only, and the rate which he got for the good was very limited. And when these local market people used to take the agricultural goods from farmers at a very low price, they used to sell at a very high price. So what used to happen was, the farmer, in spite of producing the good, remained poor, and these money lenders or these local market people who did not produce goods, they used to give only little money to the farmer and used to take a very high money for selling this good to somebody else. So this is called as lack of organized marketing system. Fourth point under this problems of Indian agriculture is that sorry, that there is a very exploitive relation between the tenant and the landlord. There is a very exploitive relation between the tenant and the landlord. You see, the landlord, moneylender, zamindars make the tenant, that is the poor farmer, work in their land. When they make him work in their land, they make him work for a larger period of time, and compared to that, they charge a very higher rate of interest. They charge a very higher rate of rent. So the most of the income of the farmer goes on to give the money as a rent to the landlord, who is also called as absentee landlords. These landlords who are owning the land are also called as absentee landlords because they do not work in the land. They appoint poor farmers who are asked to give rent for working in that land, and this amount of rent is so very high, and this is the reason why the landlords are able to exploit the poor tenants. Also there is another point for as far as the problems of agriculture is concerned. I'll explain you that, but please understand the 4 points which I just mentioned was the first big problem is conventional outlook. The number 2 point is deficiency of finance. The number third point is there is lack of organized marketing. Number fourth point is exploitive relation between the landlord and the tenant. And the fifth and the main one another point is that there is small holdings. There are small holdings and scattered holdings of the land. There are small and scattered holdings of the land. Now, small and scattered holdings means the farmer do not produce goods, agriculture goods in the entire piece of land. They use only a small area for their production. So when the usage of land is very small, the production is very small, their income earning capacity is also very small. I hope with this video you will be able to understand the problems of our Indian agriculture. Thank you everyone.